7 BAS 358 bathroom monitoring with the demon gang stalking, crossing path together, pacing under the idle fake sun. On April 15th, 24, the entity is keeping the fake sun over me at Alvarado Gardens, where LAPD at after 6 p.m. where the fake sun remains at my apartment in LA, begins flying in for 47 minutes in helicopter pacing like these demons are. And they know that they've been documented. They're stopping with hazard lights on. That's light activity under the fake sun where they're stalking. This is a sex offender. License 7 BAS 358 is monitoring with sex offenders like Jason Isaac Fields, practicing witchcraft, worshiping my genitalia together, monitoring together, okay? Doing so, which is pacing, which is light activity. This is pacing while she's walking under the fake sun, gang stalking with the entity that's maintaining aerial surveillance as well. And all of this manpower and activity creation is centered around my nudity in the bathroom. That's the Ontario International Airport that has no Terminal 2 or Terminal 4 where they're doing donuts. And this is a sex offender. Those that are not natural born citizens, are going to be deported. Doing so with the with children. 7 BAS 358, and that's Ontario. Light activity right here in the parking lot, the fake sun right here at the parking lot, the Ontario International Airport coming to get in alignment to make a U-turn, which is the entity that is gang stalking. They're in the parking lot maintaining activity. All of this operation is centered on me being physically indisposed in the bathroom. This is where the fake sun is over the same parking lot at 10 o'clock in the morning. Those that are immigrants, gang stalking, engaging in sexual violence are going to be deported. They're engaging what is impunity while they're pacing on foot, pacing in vehicles, stuck in the path with engineered light. Engineered light moving underneath there, that's a demon. And so is the demon flying that commercial plane, 8FAF 951, P.O.C. This is all about my genitalia. All of this is about my genitalia. All right, and these are the sex offenders and the psychopaths. And this is, again, Jason Isaac Fields and the federal government facilitating sexual violence. That makes no rational sense whatsoever. The obsession is based on that demon possession. When you're driving by in the parking lot, it doesn't create sunlight underneath a carport. That's the same carport where the demons of RGS landscaping were standing in engineered light. It's the same iteration of the same POC, and the fake sun is idle. And this is a demon stalking with light activity. That was a demon in a commercial plane. That was a demon on foot. And these are demons pacing in the parking lot, while the signature of demon-possessed gang stalking, relevant to what they know I'm doing in an apartment where engineered light is framing the front door, having nothing to do with sunlight, is also appearing underneath that's the signature of sex offenders that are obsessed with my genitalia. That's a sex offender 7 BAS 358 with a minor child sharing in sexual violence together. And his obsession with me is a violent threat to that child, that female child that's in the vehicle with him. And this is, again, doing so with the whole apartment complex and the whole city. This is what Paul Leon is interested in, and that's why he's going to be removed from office. This is what the police department is using manpower and resources on, and that's why Paul Leon and Mike Lorenz are being removed from the positions that they hold and law enforcement altogether. This is why Jason Isaac Fields is losing his job in law enforcement, and every other agency that's engaged in facilitating this ridiculous level of sexual violence. Because I pull my panties down, all manner of the POC is documented as I walk outside. That African-American male residing in units in relevant position, he's going to prison. 5354, crossing path with, again, specific presence in the path as I document. And this right here has nothing to do with the engineered light that's behind Tracy Banks' front door, which is engineered light. And that was engineered light that appeared underneath a brick wall while those sex offenders were pacing in the parking lot. The car alarm, the amplified sound of the engines roaring as I document and point out the specific environment where demons are obsessively monitoring my genitalia in the bathroom. That's what sex offenders do. It is POC. It is currently 5:01 p.m. where LAPD is gang stalking in the specific environment as well. On the same day in 2024, and again after 6 p.m., you will see the pattern of conduct as demons use aircrafts like the Ontario International Airport did in this video. And you need to understand they're using aircrafts with regard to maintaining presence while I'm both in the bathroom and pulling my panties down, which is a matter of public information. Why sex offenders like Jason Isaac Fields, who is still engaging in what is practicing the demonic, spiritually attacking while gang stalking in relevant position and facilitating that, and is posing a threat while the state is still engaging in it with him, with the U.S. government. Understand the levels of analysis there, and also what LAPD is doing in the same environment, which is a supernatural occurrence. There's no shared environment here, and there's no sun that's in LA that's causing the demon in this parking lot in Ontario to create sunlight underneath that covered carport. That's the POC of demons who are also aware that they're being documented. That's impunity. And they're doing so while they are obsessed with my genitalia, okay? And every other sex offender, like Jason Isaac Fields, again, Tracy Banks' sex partner, who will never have any future with me, anything other than prison okay, because this is the material that's going to support what is a permanent restraint indefinitely from being in my presence while gang stalking with the state. This is what he's been doing for years with LAPD, with what you're seeing with what is the City of Ontario, the Ontario PD, who are using manpower expenditures on surveillance, including in a bathroom, as I walk out and get that specific environment where demons are inside of this apartment. The sex offender right here stalking while I'm moving around inside of the apartment, and amplified noise happens above my location in the bathroom in the depths of this apartment in this specific environment. Okay, and it's an ongoing cooperative effort while a bunch of demons pace around and get in a frenzy while you pull your panties down. Okay, that's MARMMAK. She's already going to federal prison. Let's go ahead and confirm that. This is documented on more than one occasion, knows exactly what I'm stating. And you know, you are aware of that knowledge because of the specific environment. And they also know when they've been documented, this impunity is relevant to how long she is going to federal prison. Demons over 55, gang stalking every day. Yeah, that is the same one, engaged in the same P.O.C. She's going to federal prison. This is P.O.C. And it's an unlawful threat. Yeah, that demon's in Unit 53. He's going to federal prison. The African-American male pacing together. And those that are, again, that's an Arizona plate, MARMMAK. This is POC. They're violent sex offenders acting together. It is currently 5:04 p.m. And this is, again, why Jason Isaac Fields and every other federal agency gang, as I've been exposing, is going to be subject to not only prosecution, but removal from law enforcement altogether. That's Engineer Light appearing on the defendant unit number 56. That's Engineer Light appearing out of nowhere above the head. That's Engineer Light that's covering, just appearing out of nowhere of the building. That's while the demons were driving in the parking lot, and it's appearing under the carport. This is all Engineer Light. None of this is sunlight. And neither is this while MARMMAK with the Arizona plate arrives again. Very heavily documented gang stalking with Ontario PD. And she's doing the same thing right now. Outside of the sound of helicopter activity, the Ontario police engage in the elements of monitoring with the intent to psychologically torture, harass, with this intention to obstruct justice while they know that they're being documented, which is the case now. But the same elements are underway. It is currently 5:04 p.m. This is Engineer Light. That's in the same exact manner in the morning on a cloudy day. And it has nothing to do with the sun that is remaining at the same address where it both rises and sets. It's the specific environment where MARMMAK, in the same pattern of conduct that you see the dark-skinned Latino male with the minor child in the driver's seat. Its presence in the path with peculiarized light, a method of flashing light in the Engineered Light with regard to knowledge that they're being documented. This is documentation of bathroom monitoring. Every one of units 33 through 64 R&D going to prison. So is license MARMMAK, very heavily documented. That's why I already know this sex offender's license plate. Her and her gang stalking mother are going to be prosecuted, but she is going to prison for gang stalking with the Ontario police on more than one occasion and for exhibiting impunity, which is unlawful. And this is why Jason Isaac Fields is losing his job and his career, not only because he is a perverted and demented, demon-possessed gang stalker by virtue of criminal conduct and his mind state. This is someone that is still practicing the demonic, psychologically engaged in what is psychological warfare. This is somebody that's spiritually attacking while gang stalking. And this is what is, again, permitting the states, as I've documented, the state of California, where the federal government's engaged in abusing their positions in gang stalking with the people. All right. It is currently, again, 5:06 p.m. That's the demon in unit number 41, where he walks by in the same manner and his shadow appears inside of Tracy Banks' living room. He's creating light activity right now and is focused on me, proven by the maintenance of the supernatural, the fake sun that's remaining reflecting off of this demon's windshield while she's creating peculiarized light, while they listen to me recite their obsession with what they're monitoring, which was my genitalia in the bathroom. All right. That is the sexual violence of the mayor of the corrupt department, the City of Ontario that's engaged in domestic terrorism, AVANATH Capital Management, the people of the state of California that fill the City of Ontario that are gang stalking, engaged in great, tremendous expenditures using commercial planes is what you witnessed while the demonic P.O.C. is underway. And I'm documenting that inside of this bathroom, inside of this, which is a private space. All right, that's P.O.C. It is currently 5:07 p.m. on what is April 15, 2025.